So then from eyes, of course, the Kremlin, having gone through these terrible moments of disgrace, demanded that the artists who served the regime, as well as journalists and writers, create an unimaginable informational noise that would distract from these horrific facts. The artists were not prepared for such a turn of events, although there are quite a lot of them, but in general, they all kept silent. It should be understood here that any form of fascism is very attractive to writers and artists, primarily because of the enormity and generosity of its, as people say, assets. Fascism pays mediocrities and even nobodies as if they were true stars. And the reason, of course, the reason for this is banal, because fascism needs a cultural life. But all the big names, all the significant figures have either fled, been exiled, imprisoned, or forced out of the country. But fascism has an enormous need for culture, for balls, concerts, parties, and all sorts of social life. Because if the pop and the literary elite are not visibly, lavishly enjoying life, if the banquet halls are empty and all those jewel behinds are locked away in safes, that's when the common folk might get worried and start to suspect that something is wrong. And that's why fascism pulls all sorts of old pop stars, freaks, and alcoholics out of mothballs, creating an image of prosperity and normal life. Nevertheless, the performers still couldn't drown out the terrifying sounds that tormented the airfields, couldn't silence the cries of despair and pain coming from patriots and everyone running various public pages. The problem with Russian glamour, you can see this on my Telegram channel, where all of it is accompanied by videos and photos. The problem of Russian glamour has been solved. For all those Ksushas, Lolitas, Jigurda, and Rutkovskis, a Paris has finally been found where they will always be welcome and where they can go without any trouble, disregarding all EU sanctions. This Paris is located in the Chelyabinsk region. And this is not just some insignificant place, it's the administrative center of the Paris rural settlement in the Nagaibaksky district. And they've already held the first week of Paris Haute Couture there, where both local women and imported Chelyabinsk floozies let people cop a feel of their, shall we say, kokoshniks for a modest price. Well, in this Paris, everything is just like in the real Paris. They even have their own, by the way, rather tall Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower, built by the local telecom workers. And when the outhouses overflow after heavy rains, they even get their own Seine. The local Louvre is located right on the fence behind the pigsty. And of course, there's a cabaret as well. There's a Moulin Rouge. And when performing a lively cancan, the local beauties are quite capable of splattering the audience with their periods all the way up to the 6th row. And in the basement of the drunk tank, Father Huverton, the archpriest, sews handbags from the skin of repeat offenders and participants of the special military operation, whom he dug up in the cemetery next to the Louvre. So truly, it's an absolutely glamorous, truly magnificent setting, one that suits everyone perfectly.